Great Chaos Podcast.
Bah.
What the fuck was that?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nathan Hamilton, and this is the Great Chaos Podcast. And as always, to my right, we have the Twin City Terror himself, Mr.
Sean Duke.
Sean Duke. And over there, sitting on the floor, sketching as always, although not a sketchy person, we have
Jesse James.
Okay. Well, this is the second edition of the podcast. Well, third officially. We had to split up the first one into two. But anyway, so I guess for the third edition, we're going to be a little more topic based. For just going over the basics, let us introduce ourselves. First, we will start with Jesse James, who is sketching on the floor. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. James?
Well, I like long walks on the beach. I'm about 5'10". I got blue eyes and, just like to relax and be... No, seriously. I'm from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Surf bum all the way through. I mean, obviously, I sit on the floor. I sleep in the floor. I even eat in the floor. So, yeah, I'm a bum. What else? Play video games almost 24/7. Whenever I'm bored out of my mind, I draw. Whenever I'm not bored out of my mind, I draw. Whenever I do anything, I draw. And then you got these two crazy cats I'm working on podcast, movies, and comics with. So I don't know if there's anything else really other than I'm a Floridian.
On a personal note, from me, you look like John Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Score.
Kind of a mixture between him and the guy that plays Dean Winchester on Supernatural.
Yes!
Yeah. Dean, that's is that Jensen Ackles? Or,
it's Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, well,
I'll
anyway.
take that.
Yeah. So that is Jesse James. And over here, Mr. Duke, if you would please explain to us what the hell is the Twin City Terror for?
I was born in a rural coal town that borders West Virginia and Virginia, and when I first moved out on my own, I actually moved to another bordering town that's Tennessee/Virginia. Bristol is a twin city, as well as Bishop, my hometown, so that's where the Twin City Terror tagline comes from.
Uh-huh.
And terror maybe because I'm a large guy.
Yeah.
I'm the bearded wonder in the pictures you've all seen in sketchwork. I guess I'm 32, and you already know where I live in like a small town, so I don't know. Pretty much all my drinking I do from mason jars, even with tea.
Even with tea, which we just witnessed,
Yeah,
actually.
we
We
just
just got done
witnessed that.
eating.
I thought it was moonshine.
I did too.
No.
Okay. And as for me, my name is Nathan Hamilton. I was born and raised in Wise, Virginia. Do not go there, I implore you. But anyway, no, Wise is actually a decent place. Just a little ass backwards. But anyway, I was born there, raised there most of my life. Moved to Abingdon for a few years, and then I moved back to Wise. And now I'm here in Bristol, and I've teamed up with these two. I've known Jesse for the past several years, I'd say.
Two and a half.
Yeah, 2.5 years on and off. We've gotten together and collaborated on a few things. And I met Mr. Earl, Sean Duke. we
know about
met,
a lot of things.
Yeah, Sean Duke, Twin City Terror. I just call him Diesel. I'll
Take it.
Big Daddy Diesel. But anyway, I met him just over a week ago. And it's just like, and you could feel the chemistry working.
Mhm.
There was
Definitely.
definitely sparks, lightning in the bottle. But, okay. So, we decided for our first topic-based podcast, we would do video game consoles. Video games and video game consoles. Let's start off with the first video game console we ever owned. And how old were you when you owned it? Mr. Earls?
If you're going to start with me, we probably owned an Atari early on. We had an Atari, we had a Commodore 64, and we had the NES all right along the same time. Probably the Atari first, though.
How old were you when you first played a video game?
I was probably two to three.
2 to 3?
Yeah, because I was born in 81.
You played a Pong?
Pong, we played Asteroids.
Yeah.
Was it Superstar Destroyer? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
games or something.
Yeah.
Early renditions of Pitfall, Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the early ones I had. Earliest ones.
Yeah.
I remember the Commodore 64 had those big 5.5-inch floppy disks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of those systems, except for the NES, got hit by lightning in our house. It seemed like
Oh,
we had this
golly.
really weird.
Dude.
Yeah, it's like we had a divine rod in our house. You know,
They got a new system.
I got new
Rod.
system, TV, lightning. God says no.
God says no. Video game. No to video games.
You've been smited.
Yes. But yeah.
What'd I tell you?
Well, anyway, thank you for sharing that. Mr. James, or Mr. Nunn, will you please tell us the first video game console you ever owned?
That was definitely an NES.
An NES, an original?
Yeah, original.
We're
We're talking about gray with the old school. It came with 2 controllers, not 1 controller, and it also came with the gun and Duck Hunt and
Yeah.
Mario, where it was the
Yeah.
the duel.
Yeah.
Here's the real test, though. Was your gun orange or was your gun gray?
Orange.
Orange.
I had a gray gun.
Mine
I
was
had
orange.
the
I had a gray
orange.
gun. I had an old one. Yeah.
Yeah. My first console was a original NES. Of course, we didn't play it that much because, well, basically my mom kept taking it to the high school to keep the kids from pestering her during the end of the class time. But yeah, I went and I played. My favorite games on that were Off-Road, Baja, Off-Road, the racing game, and then and then after that, probably the Kung Fu Fighters, the red and the blue Kung Fu guys fighting and all that, and then finally, of course, you gotta the Super Mario series 1, 2, and 3. 2, I'd say, is probably my least favorite because I actually found out it was not supposed to be a Super Mario game. They just put Super Mario coding over it to make the characters look like people from the Mario universe.
Yeah, it was actually a different game before it came out. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, though. I can't
Yeah, but-
think what it is.
Super Mario's 1 and 3, I'd say, are probably my favorites equally because I played both of them equally and I beat both of them multiple times. But but anyway, yeah.
If you
So
want to talk about Super Mario, Mario was actually Jumpman before.
yeah,
it
he was Jumpman with
Mario.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. My memorable games on the NES that I definitely remember were we had one called Pro Wrestling, and it was like this really cheesy like spin-off wrestling game with no-name characters in it.
Yeah.
We played that quite a bit, and then we had RC Pro-Am, which is a big one to me that we played, and Skate or Die was probably one of the top ones
yeah.
that I played on the NES.
Did y'all
Yeah.
ever play Road Blaster?
No.
Yes.
Played Top Gun
Yes.
Oh,
Road
Top
Blast.
Gun.
and Tiger
Road to-
Heli.
Well, oh, no. In all honesty, my ultimate favorite game, and always pissed me off, because I can never get past the 5th stage. And after I get past the 5th stage,
TMNT.
yes,
Yeah.
every time you get
It's tough.
past the 5th stage, you're like, I beat it, and then you realize you ate up all your lives,
Yeah.
and then you're like, pizza box, where the? You can never
Where's the
find
pizza
it.
box?
You can never find it.
Wasn't as tough as Friday the 13th, though.
Do what?
Wasn't as tough as Friday the 13th.
Y'all remember Gremlins on the NES?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my golly, the little creature could jump higher than Mario.
They actually said they lost money on the ET game. For the
Yeah,
NES.
dude.
Yeah.
E.T. Oh my gosh. Did you hear about like several thousand copies buried
Buried
in the desert?
yeah.
Holy crap. That's amazing.
Do what?
Yeah, several thousand copies of E.T. was found in the middle of the American desert, buried.
Oh, someone had a phobia.
I
Well, no,
guess
they lost money on it. And
they lost so much money.
They weren't selling them, so they just took them to the desert and buried them. Nintendo decided to just destroy them because they weren't selling them.
But they didn't destroy them. They buried them?
Yeah.
So they just buried them in the sand.
I want one. Where do we find this?
Well,
Well, dude, I'm pretty sure it's a landmark now because how many landmarks are there in the middle of the desert?
Yeah.
But
Can that be one of our trips?
if we can afford it.
And let's find the black box while we're at it.
The black mailbox
Hell yeah.
for Area 51.
Very professional. But anyway. Anyway, after the... Oh, he's leaving. He's going.
And Jesse's accepted a phone call. We'll
Yes.
continue.
We shall
rolling without
continue this
him.
conversation until he returns. Okay.
Nathan,
so-
what do you have next?
My next console was the SNES, the Super Nintendo. And of course, the game that came with it, Super Mario World. I mean, honestly, Super Mario games are just awesome. I mean, honestly, the only one I really didn't like was Super Mario Sunshine. I didn't like it very much, but all the other Mario games I pretty much liked, except for Mario is missing. I mean, honestly, if I wanna learn history, I'll read a history book. You don't have to force it into my video games. But I got that one because Luigi was the main character, and I always green's my favorite color, and I was like, all right, we get to play as Luigi finally. It's a game about education.
Go, Luigi. Teach me.
Welcome
the
back,
heck?
Marvelous Jesse James.
Well, okay, but yeah, just Super NES and all that. What was yours? The Super
you-
NES as well, or
Well, did you have a favorite game on the SNES? Before we
the
jump to me?
SNES? I had to say it's a tie between Star Fox and Super Mario World. Because Star Fox, dude, I had never seen anything like Star Fox. The 3D graphics on that were
Nobody
ahead
did.
of its time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just amazing. And it was exhilarating, too. I mean, I look at it now, and it looks dated, but still, it's still playable. It's still playable. I mean, it's just like me. I still go back and I play Star Fox 64 every now and again.
Oh, who
Yeah.
doesn't?
Oh yeah.
Because it's one of the most fun games and it's very addictive. But we'll get to that later. Mr. Earl, what was yours? What was your next?
You actually were right. My next one was a Super NES. My memorable games to that one were College Jam and NBA Jam.
Oh yeah, NBA Jam. I
They
forgot
were
about that one.
together as game. Like they were made by the same company, so they had the same graphics,
Yeah.
but different players and like different team colors and the situations.
Did y'all?
Those two.
Did y'all ever play mutant football or mutant basketball?
No, I played Shaq Fu. If that counts.
Oh gosh,
Shaq
that
Fu.
was- I didn't like that game.
It's terrible.
Uh,
I played Killer Instinct on that. And I Doom.
Oh,
I had the
yeah.
first Doom for Super NES.
Combo.
Oh gosh, but anyway, Mr. James, what is yours?
My next system was the Genesis.
Oh, the Genesis. You got the Genesis.
So you
Now-
had the bloody Mortal
You-
Kombat.
Oh,
yeah.
I had all the good versions of everything.
Sega was
like
the
in all
rated R
honesty, I'll
system.
never forget first time I popped it in and I saw that blood gush go across the screen after you killed somebody. I was just like, oh, Super NES has nothing on this.
No, it did.
Super NES had sweat.
Yeah, Super NES. It did have a little bit of blood, like whenever you I remember when I was Reptile and I ate somebody's head, like a little blood drop came out, but nothing like on the Genesis.
Oh,
The Genesis, there was blood with every hit.
Genesis didn't care. They're like, we're going the distance.
We are going for the gold.
We're
going for speed.
hell.
Yeah, but
just made a
what
cake
were your
reference.
favorite games on the Genesis?
Ooh. In all honesty, which not many people know this, but Vector Man. And
Vector Man?
Vector Man was actually a college project. And they were goofing around. They made like 1 or 2 levels. And like I said, it was a college project.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, teacher's like, hell no, we're going all the way. And it ended up becoming a game. And then there ended up being Vector Man 2. And then it went off the wall. And then here's one. I have to say it's between Vector Man and Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm!
Jim.
Bob the Killer Goldfish.
Freaking what the hell?
Bob the Killer Goldfish.
Seriously,
That's
it's
probably
like
one of my
Tim
favorite.
Burton. Tim Burton like collaborated or something with
Yeah.
like Mario. It's like,
Yeah.
let's give him a gun. Let's make it dark like Batman, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to stick a worm in a spaceman suit.
Yes.
And give it these creepy graphics.
Yes.
I can remember renting a Genesis and Earthworm Jim and playing it because it's back in the day when you could actually rent console systems and take them to your house.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I've done that. I did that. Gosh, dude. And then after that, I got the N64. And probably some of my favorite games on that of course, I got to mention, Super Mario 64, which, came with it, which was awesome. That kept me busy for a while. And then came Super Smash Brothers, which kept me busy forever. I mean, honestly, me and my friends, whenever they came over for sleepovers at my house for my birthday, we had a massive tournament to see who was the best. 10 lives, high level of weapons, and
at least y'all played that way. See, when me and my buddy Wes played, it was more like who got the bed and who got the floor that night. So
we all
when
all agreed on
we
sleeping
played for
arrangements.
blood.
So that's why you're so used to sleeping on the floor. You lose, huh?
No. I
lost.
didn't lose. You can ask Wes on that one. I didn't lose much.
Okay.
But I did sleep on the floor quite a bit.
Okay.
But I didn't lose. That's not what happened there.
Mr. Earl, I believe you shared this information with us earlier, but what was your next system?
Well, I didn't actually have the 64 like you guys had. I actually converted to the PS1, but I will touch base on one 64 thing though. I didn't have one, but I played one quite a bit, and we played GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Everybody on the
yes.
64 played GoldenEye at least once. You weren't anything if you didn't play it one time at least on the 64.
Yeah.
But we went straight to the PS1 after that. Instead of going to either of the NES systems, we never went to GameCube or to N64. Memorable games to that was Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah.
Twisted Metal was probably my...
I played
my
as
main
Axel and Warthog.
Yeah.
Axel and Warthog were my favorites, and then I found a cheat code for Minion, and I used Minion
Yeah.
in the second one at least.
Jesse?
Mr. James, I
Let's
believe
see.
we know you got a 64, but what were some of your favorites?
Well, I had a 64 and a PS. I had them both around roughly the same time.
Nice.
I remember getting the N64 for $130. That came out of my pocket. And then
Yep.
shortly after, I bought the PS because it just dropped in price as well for $100.
Ooh.
So, and that was also right after they released DualShock.
The DualShock controller, the shake.
Oh my golly,
The
that
Rumble Pack too for
well,
the N64.
N64. I had that as well. That came with Star Fox.
Yes. Yes.
It automatically came with Star Fox. I'd have to say for the N64, there was two games I really loved the most. And for all of you guys remember, Mission Impossible was first released video game wise on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was originally released on Nintendo 64. There's a Mission Impossible game. And what made it really cool was, you know how every game's got cheat codes?
Yeah.
And they got fun ones, they got weird ones. Well, the thing I loved the most was N64 Mission Impossible went up and beyond when it came to cheat codes. They were like the first... Well, I can't say they're the first because GoldenEye had a bunch of those cheat codes as well.
Yeah, big head, big hands,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
The same ordeal, but the thing that really made the Mission Impossible game a lot of fun was the graphics were so dull. I mean, seriously, you could like snipe a guy that was like 20 miles away,
Oh, yeah.
and that was just because, well, everything's a flat
Well,
surface.
because you had the golden gun, too.
even with GoldenEye, I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
if you knew where to stand, oh my god, no one could touch you.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it was just like, where was he? Where was he? And people forget, we don't have those cams like we do today.
Yeah.
Oh, you camping bastard! No.
No.
No. You had no clue he was camping. It was boom.
What? No.
You remember the crazy Konami cheat code, though, for Contra? Like, up, down, down, left, left, right.
Dude, they Konami still put that. They still put that in certain games, dude. And it works for certain games. But let's see, what was next for me after the N64? Well, I actually did get a PS1 later, but I
Siphon filter for that game by far.
Siphon filter.
Oh man, though, like in all honesty, that's one game Sony should have never killed off.
Well, it was because the company that made after Siphon Filter 2 was I think was just as good as the first one. But then they just tapered off on
3
being
was
good.
amazing as well.
3 oh yeah, shoot.
It was
Forgive me.
Omega Strain is when it kind of fell off, and that was when they were trying to introduce the new graphics engine for PS2,
Yeah.
and it was like the Omega Strain or something like that. But you weren't playing. I think his name was Logan.
Yeah.
You weren't playing him. You were somebody else in that game, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
That does kind of kill the vigor of
And
the storytelling.
Like, apparently, that time Logan was like the head honcho. He took over the company. It was like
It's a big
Ethan
boss.
Hunt in Mission Impossible, you know?
Oh yeah.
He
yeah.
eventually, everybody knows it's going to happen. It's just a win. But eventually, he's going to be over IMF.
Yeah. See, I also got a PS1, but I went for the PS2 when it first came out because Nintendo hadn't released anything yet, and Microsoft was just starting to talk about releasing the Xbox, and but I got it. My next system was a PS2, and my first game on it was Zone of the Enders.
Nah.
Yeah, Zone of the Enders, Zoe. I'll never forget that game because it was one of the first times I actually got immersed into a story. I mainly I played Super Mario because, Save the Princess. That's a typical kind of, it's a typical story. But Zone of the Enders, had this real complex backstory. You're on a space station that's just off of Jupiter, and you're a small kid, Leo Stenbuck, and you just by chance fall into the mech, the machine that you use, the Jehuti. You use it throughout the game, and I just got so immersed into the story, and it was that game that got me into it because I played that game all the way through, and gosh, I was just blown away by it. And then other favorite games on the PlayStation 2. Gosh, so many, so many great games on the PS2. Gosh, it's kind of hard to put them all into just one.
I mean, we won't make you.
Well, I'm trying to think of a real good one. One that stuck out in my mind.
On PS?
Yeah,
PS2.
on PS2.
Oh, PS2. Grand Theft Auto 3.
GTA 3, yes,
Yeah, well,
that's
GTA,
it. That's
yeah,
it. The
was
GTA
standard,
series,
yeah.
that
That's
Vice City and
City.
San
That's a
Andreas.
no-brainer. That one and...
GTA. Well, I was just thinking about all the great games, dude. But GTA 3, that one set a whole new bar for
it did.
free roaming
Yeah,
games.
Rockstar's made millions off of GTA. Yeah.
Well,
And they're still making money. Freaking A, that's on the iPad and the iPhone now and all that.
and
other...
Max Payne. I forgot about Max
Max
Payne
Payne.
too. Max Payne as well.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good for story based game instead of a free roaming game like GTA 3 was.
And then the Turtles made a comeback on PS2.
Oh yeah. Oh, that reminds me.
Actually, the Turtles have somehow miraculously shown up on every system.
Well, my
except
favorite
for Atari.
My favorite Teenage
Well, it's
Mutant Ninja
before,
Turtles. You know what my favorite Ninja Turtles game is? TMNT 4 Turtles in Time.
Mm-hmm.
Turtles in Time is probably my favorite because,
I thought that was the sequel.
huh?
Turtles in Time, I thought was the number 2 because every time they release something on a new system,
It was on the SNES.
yeah,
It was, and that's just, I'm just going off memory, dude. From all I remember, it was TMNT 4 Turtles in Time, but it may have been 2. I'm not sure 100%.
because every time it's like one thing I loved about what they did was every time it was like on a new system, the countdown or the numbers started over again.
Oh yeah,
It was like an automatic reset,
yeah.
which was weird.
Well, yeah, okay. But anyway, did you have a PS2 as well?
I did not. I took a small break out of consoles at that point in time to go to PC for a while. I did Max Payne on the PC. I know that I'm getting kind of off topic, but I did.
No,
I
that's
did
cool.
Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon, and a bunch of things on the PC.
Did you do Rainbow Six as well?
Rainbow Six on the PC in the Opera House.
You did the Star Wars Battlefront.
I didn't do Battlefront. I did Knights of the Old Republic for a
Oh,
little
you
while.
did KOTOR.
I did do KOTOR for a little bit. I did both of the Need for Speed Undergrounds on PC, 1 and 2. So
Yeah.
I took a
forgot
break
about
from
that.
I remember the
console.
sprint races, dude. The sprint races in heavy traffic.
Sprint and drift. yeah.
That was ridiculous.
What about
So-
the Tomb Raider? We can't forget Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, dude, Tomb
I
Raider.
played Tomb Raider a little bit on PS1, but like I said, I didn't
You
do
didn't
anything
play it
else
on the
after
PC?
that. No, I didn't do anything
Well,
on the PC.
Tomb Raider. Yeah, the first one and the second one are probably my favorites. Yeah, especially the second one. The second one, it's just it just felt the most smooth.
Mhm.
It felt the most smooth. The gameplay was the most smooth. But PlayStation 2, a lot of great games on that. Probably the coup de grace. The GTA series on there. Jesse, you got a PS2 as well, I take it?
Oh yeah, are you kidding? I pretty much had every freaking system except for Atari.
Yeah. Well,
Did you have a favorite game on PS2?
Favorite game.
it's not as easy, see?
No, I'd have to say Grand Theft Auto 3. And the reason I'd say Grand Theft Auto 3 was this was at the time I was learning on how to hack.
Cheat
So-
codes.
So, like, we were
with you. This is your second reference to cheating.
The
Well,
weapon.
No.
The second weapon, the second weapon's cheat code where you got rocket launcher, where you got the rocket launcher.
Let me go one step further when I talk about hacking here.
Go for it.
This is when I was learning how to hack into gaming consoles.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, when you could literally, like, for instance, everybody knows about the standard cheat codes, right?
Yeah.
We went a step further. We actually implanted in my Grand Theft Auto game, like, we found a way to make our own source code.
Yeah.
So that way in our Grand Theft Auto game, like, for instance, let's say we wanted the Batmobile. We
You
had
put
the
your own cars
freaking
in it.
Batmobile.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were importing
Yeah.
things. Like, we were legitly hacking the system. We weren't like, oh yeah, I hacked the system with a cheat code. No, that ain't
No.
hacking. We're talking about actually plugging in a USB drive that's got an X amount of code on it. As soon as that PlayStation boots up, it asks you what the hell you're doing. And then you click yes, I'm screwing you over. Then you go into the system. Bam, here we go. You got the Batmobile.
Did you all find the ghost town in GTA 3?
Which one?
The one where they they had the opening sequence made. Yeah,
Yes.
that one. The ghost town.
I've only found it once.
The airplane. Yeah, you had to fly to the edge of the map with the
Yeah.
airplane, and by some miracle, you flying there, you'll finally get
Yep.
past it, and you go back there where it's all at, and you can't land or anything like that. It's
Yep.
pretty freaking weird.
No, it's wild. And then if you do find a way to land, you could land, your airplane will stay there, but as soon as you leave the airplane, you're in the ocean. Like, we finally found a way to land. I got
Oh, dude, you
excited.
did?
Yeah, I got all excited. I'm like, so I paused it. I called Wes. I'm like, Wes, I've landed. He goes, you haven't got out yet, have you? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, I paused it. He's like, I'll be right over. So he ran over. And then as soon as I freaking unpause the game and eject myself, so to speak, I go falling. And then you're like, that just happened. And then, like, you know how it kind of gives like a brief second of you just died and you wasted it, and gives this over pan of you kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
You
Goes
see the
into, like, a
plane
noir
just
thing.
chilling, and you don't even see the ghost town. It's just chilling. It's like,
Just chilling inside the ghost town.
no, you don't even see the ghost town ananymore.
It's
There's
just chilling in the water.
just
yeah.
like floating. It's like, I'm a ghost.
Oh my gosh. PS2. You went to PC. He had PS2, and then now the modern generation consoles. The Xbox, which I see you have here.
I have a current 360 Elite, and I also have a other Xbox, like original, stuffed away somewhere here.
Yeah.
I do
Oh,
not
yeah.
have a. I don't have a favorite game on the regular because I didn't play that much on the original Xbox.
Original Halo. Yeah,
Um,
Halo 1 and 2.
Probably on the current though of the ones that I have played on mine. Force Unleashed 1 and 2. and
Yeah.
probably Dead Island because I spent so much time on Dead Island on Xbox
Oh my
360.
gosh.
I looked at it when I beat it, and I had 670 hours of gameplay by
Really?
myself alone. in
You still
Dead
don't have a
Island.
live account where we could do that as a threesome.
Mm-mm. Oh, well, no.
Well, dude, I was gonna say, oh yeah,
Hey, Jesse.
oh yeah,
You got that lube?
oh gosh. But dude, did you watch the Dead Island trailer?
I didn't see the Dead Island
Well,
trailer.
the
yet.
Dead
Which
Island
one?
trailer, the one with the little girl. You know,
Oh
her-
yeah, what the hey? They didn't show that at all. We're
Uh-oh.
going to die.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, are they dropping the bomb? Oh wait, no, that's just my
We're good.
alarm going off. But you know, I watched that trailer, and yeah, I was psyched for it. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like a deeply immersive, like a zombie horror game. Next thing you know, I turn it on. Who do you voodoo, bitch?
And it's
Yeah,
completely
what
different
the
than what you
heck?
thought it
This
was
is
going
like
to
a
be.
complete 180, man.
Yeah, no, me and Hope, okay? I got all excited. I'm like, awesome. If y'all pay attention to the back of the cover, it says y'all can play multiplayer on the same screen.
Yes.
But however, you cannot at all.
Yeah. No, I didn't understand that either. I was like, huh?
That was main reason I even bought this game. All
Yeah.
right? The only reason I bought this game was so me and my sister could play some games with each other.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I had to go buy another Dead Island.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, just me and Hope could play.
Yeah.
The only thing I've really seen that you could do double like that together and see at the same time is like the Lego series.
Well, Lego and Halo.
Yeah, Halo you can do with one screen.
Yeah.
Well, no,
but
Halo's
you
Halo's
could
split screen.
You could go. Well, no, yeah, it's split screen. It is split screen, but still, you could play on the same screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
See, you
you
can't
see in
even
Lego
split
where it's in
screen
third person
with
and fixed camera.
Dead Island.
Right.
You see, Lego, you're able to
true.
do that because it's third person fixed camera.
Mhm.
But you can't do that in first person because, you know, if you had two people sharing the same view, I mean, honestly, you'd be able to do jack
But
jack
yeah,
snot.
you'd be looking the wrong way.
Yeah, but my favorite games on I have owned an Xbox and I've owned another favorite game on the PS2. I know this is a little backtracking, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Oh heck yeah! Now, when are they releasing another one on a console?
Well, it all depends on when the director, they don't want to proceed without the director. Let's see, not Tetsuya Nomura. Let's see, he's working on Final Fantasy Versus 13, and they're saying that they won't be able to do anything until he's there. They've done concept work, you know, like
Yeah.
they've talked about including, you know, some of the Marvel comics and some of
Oh yeah, Disney's got that contract.
yeah, and you know they're
Star
also
Wars now,
and
too.
now since they've gotten Star Wars, they've actually started talking about including some Star Wars stuff as well. Which if they do that, I think it'll broaden it too much. You know, they can put that on as like a DLC later. You know, later on. You know, if people are
They
interested.
did it with Final Fantasy.
Well, they did it with Final
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. You know, it's just I didn't expect those two to mesh, but they meshed really well.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the storytelling actually fits really well. It's because, you know, the melodramatics of Final Fantasy, story mixed with the cartoonish antics of Disney, and they make for a good foil on each other. I mean, honestly, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. I mean, that's just that right there. Just makes you go. It makes you laugh and it makes you smile. And it makes you smile inside at the
Things that
same
make
time.
you go,
But you know, they're waiting for the director to come back because they don't want to proceed without him.
The director.
Did you
Every
actually-
time I hear the director, I think of Halloween Horror Nights.
Well, let me look him up.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and talk about something else I heard today. I know that we're going to get just a smidge off topic here, but they're going to do a spin-off Yoda story by himself now, I heard today. Maybe.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And that was a cartoon?
No, it was like a standalone movie away from the trilogies.
Really?
That's what I heard today. Yeah.
Now, is it gonna be like the droid story?
I don't know how
Remember that
far they're gonna
TV?
go into it.
Remember the TV/movie?
The Clone Wars stuff?
Where no. It was just of the droids of R2D2 and C3PO. This happened back
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
in the day.
Well-
As far as I know, it's just going to be a Yoda backstory.
Okay, well, it is Tetsuya Nomura. Tetsuya Nomura every game that he's done has pretty much been gold, and they don't want to proceed without him because it was his idea for Kingdom Hearts, and they don't want to proceed without him. But
Well, I mean, when I say release on a console, I mean they've already released since Kingdom Hearts 2. They've already released
they've released 3 to 4 handheld games.
Yeah, and the thing that really bites and irks me the most, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they're doing that. It just
it feels like they're stringing you along without
yeah. I mean, if you're going to do something like that, for instance, look at Pokemon. Pokemon was built on the handheld system, and by golly, everybody's been wanting it to go on the big screen. The closest we've gotten to the big screen was Pokemon Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That was the closest thing we've ever gotten, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that I know it irks a lot of people because they've been talking about having a real world where you could
sandbox
run
style.
around. I mean, could you imagine
Oh,
Fallout?
dude.
Fallout meets Pokemon. Seriously.
Ask if Bethesda
Everywhere.
will do it.
Oh my golly! You want to talk about a beast of a game?
Yeah.
Shoot!
Well, that's just
Bam.
like me. My excitement for Kingdom Hearts 3 because imagine Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts 3 universe as they did Mass Effect. Mass Effect. Like all these infinite universes that you could go to. Like they're talking about putting the Hunchback of Notre Dame in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you fighting alongside Quasimodo, ringing the bells and all this. I mean, that'd be awesome. But favorite games for Xbox 360. I'd say the Gears series, Gears of War series.
Between Gears, it'd be Gears, Halo, because Halo 3, Halo ODST,
And Reach,
and
and 4.
4. And then, 4 is starting a new saga.
Yeah, 4's starting a new saga.
And then you got Gears getting ready to start a new trilogy.
Well, Judgment. Since Cliff Bleszinski left, dude. I mean, honestly, I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be another trilogy, from what I've gathered. And then you got the Dead Space series. You got the game you were talking about the other day, Mass Effect. You got the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah,
Well, the
new
Mass
one of those
Effect
actually
trilogy.
launched
Well,
today.
ever since all the head guys at Guy Mazuska, all the big guys at BioWare quit. They just retired, and I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen to BioWare?
To go ahead and date this podcast, so today is the release date of the new Mass Effect. No, Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Dead Space
Actually, I
is
bought it
today.
last night. I got it midnight release last night. Oh my
Dead
gosh!
Space.
Dude,
Yeah.
And so far, the co-op does not take away from the horror aspect.
Mass Effect was the one that was in the trees. They dropped a bunch of them from space.
Effect.
And there was one that landed in a tree, and they were telling people not to go get it because they were afraid they would die trying to get it.
What?
They did a special release though. They dropped some of them from the atmosphere, and if people found them on the tracker thing, they could have them early, a couple weeks early. And there was one that wound up in a tree, and they were begging people not to climb the tree to get it because it was so high up they thought they would fall and die trying to get it.
This sounds like a bad movie.
I was trying to get the video game.
Yeah, I can hear it now. Guy paralyzed
stick.
paralyzed from the neck
I don't know
down.
how tall it was. I mean, they
Yeah,
just,
I would have
you
got
know.
a fire. No, I would have called and said there's a cat stuck in a tree.
But
Yeah.
they said that they were giving away $1,000 and you got the game a week earlier. Or
Yeah.
something. It was something crazy. I remember reading about that.
I was about to say, what if some of them fell into the ocean?
I don't remember how many it was. I think it
Well,
was
I'm
5
pretty
or
sure they
something.
did a precision drop over land.
Yeah, I'm
a
sure.
cert,
At least they tried to.
or yeah, at least
Then
they
it ended
tried.
up in a tree.
I wound up in a
So,
damn tree. But
They
what's some of your
fixed
favorite?
the system. That's what they did. They fixed it.
I guess so. Nathan, did you move to anything higher than that yet? Do you have another console other than the Xbox 360?
Well, I had a PlayStation 3 for a while, and I love the Uncharted series. The Uncharted series on the PS3 is amazing. I love the voice acting. Nolan North, who does Nathan Drake, is absolutely hilarious. But I got it also to play God of War 3, which I love the God of War series, God of War 1 and 2, and then God of War 3. I'm wondering where the heck they're going to go with it because according to what I saw after the credits, Kratos isn't dead.
He's never dead. He's labeled as a freaking a war god.
But at the end of the third one, dude, he supposedly kills himself to keep Athena's plan from coming together.
Don't count him out.
He can't kill himself.
Well,
I'm going to be kind of quiet here at this point because I'm actually out of my systems and consoles. I actually ended at 360.
Well, you ended at 360?
Yeah, I haven't got anything new.
Jesse says he has several PlayStation 3s that he's holding on to for
A rainy day.
days.
Yeah.
You got a favorite game on your PS3s there, Jerry? Jesse?
There, Jesse.
No, I
Jerry,
got
Jesse?
what? Oh, let's see. I love the
Jesse
Fallout
James?
series.
Fallout, yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
Fallout, the BioShock, and
Yeah, BioShock.
Yeah, you and I had quite a few nights playing BioShock together.
Yeah, we did.
We did Army of Two together for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah. Did you
We
hear about the
still
next
haven't
one?
beat that.
And then what else did we play? There was
we played
another.
Army of Two, BioShock.
I thought there was something else we were co-oping together in.
We were. I can't remember what it was.
Dude.
Little Big Planet was another one. We
Oh,
could
yeah,
talk
I
Little
didn't
Big
play
Planet.
that.
Oh,
You
dude.
didn't?
You
Dude,
and-
Little Big Planet. The times I have wasted on that game.
Oh, I got 1 and 2.
The other one.
The
was
second
some
one,
kinda,
the second one's huge.
The other
dude.
one was some kind of war game that wasn't.
Oh,
it wasn't Army
Resistance
of
of
Two.
Man or something
Resistance
like
Fall of
Resistance
Man.
Fall of Man. Yeah.
Oh,
Resistance Fall of
gosh.
Man.
Yeah,
that
no,
was the
first
other
two
one.
were
me
amazing.
Me and
We
Sean
were-
went through that thing and ripped it the hell
Yeah,
and
we
back.
were
Like
killing
that
all
was
kinds of
almost
stuff
a
in that.
joke game. Like you don't get me wrong, it was a great game. Great game. But
Mm-hmm.
we were playing the first one. We went right through that sucker like it was butter.
One more quick topic, I guess. Newest game you played. Newest game that's been released that you played.
Oh, Halo 4.
Halo 4.
My newest one's Assassin's Creed 3.
AC3. Mine, like I said, last night I went and got Dead Space 3, and I played through the first few levels, and so far I'm loving it.
He likes McDonald's, folks.
Okay. Well, we've decided, to keep these fairly short, a lot shorter than our last one, which was over 2.5
Make them more
hours.
topic based.
But yeah, make them more topic based. Like us, subscribe to us. I mean, honestly, comment on our videos. Tell us what you think. Tell us what kind of topics you want us to do. I mean, honestly, we're open for any ideas. But
very
And
open.
feel free to correct us if you hear anything that's
yes,
correct.
yes, we are open to criticism and we are open for correction.
you
So
have any
please,
gripes or qualms, by all means.
yeah.
We're
But
glad to hear it.
and to everyone in the comment section, if you do find a troll, do not feed it, for more will come if you do. But anyway, thanks again for listening, and this is Nathan Hamilton.
Sean Duke, we appreciate all your views on YouTube. Let's keep that up.
And over there,
Beware of the pink elephants. They stole my car yesterday, and
Jesse.
I swear I'm going to kill them.
Jesse Nunn, everybody. All right, for everyone here at the Great Chaos Podcast, we're signing off.
Good
See
night.
ya!